Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Boss Mac back to gaming.com, and for today's video we have the ASUS GTX 1050 Ti Phoenix. But first, before we go to our unboxing, we will take a look at the packaging, and here we have it. It is done in all black, so yeah, right there. Yes, this is done in all black, but the box is printed in full color. We have GTX 1050 Ti right here, 1050 Ti right here, 1050 Ti right here, right there. So going back to the front, it does say we have the 4 GB GDDR5 model. It is done with ASUS Auto Extreme technology. It has a single dual ball bearing fan. At the back, it goes and explains most of those features. Right again, we do get GPU tweak with XSplit Gamecaster. It does come with a 14-day premium license. Basically, yeah, the Gamecaster is included with GPU tweak 2, which you can use to start streaming your games with this card. With your games, yes. And yeah, it doesn't say so in the box, but you do get a premium license. I mean, a premium bonus gift for World of Warship. Yeah, and it's a special ship. I actually get those a lot, but I don't really pay attention because I like the ships I have already in that game. Anyway, going right back. Let's talk more about the Auto Extreme technology and the dual ball bearing fan. ASUS uses a dual ball bearing fan. Basically, no, it doesn't have actual. Well, it does have little itty bitty balls inside the bearing. That's why it's called a ball bearing. Anyways, but more seriously, it is a dual ball bearing fan, which means there is less friction because two bearing are working in tandem. And yeah, just in case it dries up, like the grease, the oil inside, it dries up a lot longer because it doesn't get that much more friction. And yeah, basically better longevity for the fan. And moving right along, we have the Auto Extreme technology. And ASUS doesn't have people in its assembly line anymore. Basically, that's what it means. As cruel as it sounds, Auto Extreme means no more people in the assembly line, which means like 100% fine craftsmanship. Like, I don't know about you, that may sound mean, but they do have like 2 or 3 guys in a lab coat walking around checking if everything is fine, but no one touches their graphics card once it is in the assembly line. That is it. That is Auto Extreme, and it has super alloy power too. I mean, that's probably in their power delivery system. Speaking from experience, basically what all these means is like this card is made with the best ASUS technology and craftsmanship that you can get. And right there, you can see the card. But first, let's peek at what's inside the packaging. And alright, this is actually a very small package, right, as you can see. And there is nothing inside. Actually, there's this box which covers up. You do get a manual and a installation disk for GPU tweak, and the driver is also included, but I highly recommend downloading the latest driver from nvidia.com so you can get the best performance out of your card. But if you don't have an active internet connection while installing the card, you can use the CD if you have an optical drive. So that is pretty much it for the box. Let's get back to the product, and here it is, the ASUS GTX 1050 Ti Phoenix. It's actually written as ASUS Phoenix GTX 1050 Ti, but just to differentiate it, like, I like saying the Phoenix at the last. Like, that's me. You can call it the Phoenix 1050 Ti, the ASUS GTX 1050 Ti Phoenix. It's your card. I don't care. But for this review, we'll call it the GTX 1050 Ti Phoenix. But yeah, just to get that out there. And there we have the card. It is a 2-slot design with a single fan cooler. The actual heatsink are made with aluminum, and you can see the the fins right there, and this is the single dual ball bearing fan with, I don't know what kind of blades they call this, but yeah, there it is. And the shroud is done in all black. If many of you have seen some of the older graphics card from Asus, this design may be familiar because this is actually the shroud they use for many of their earlier designs, like the DCU-1, or I think some of the later DCU-2 graphics card for the entry level design that weren't part of the Strix lineup. They use this cooler with a red stripe, and I don't know if it's the same tooling right there, but these are mostly just for design. And yeah, just a walk back down memory lane, and yeah, that's it. So let's take a closer look at the PCB right there. Auto Extreme at work, folks. Look at that workmanship. Look at that, so clean. And this is pretty much what you're paying for many of the Asus graphics card. Like they use some really high end stuff on their graphics card. Like it's using solid capacitors right there, as you can see. And the chokes, I think these are their, yeah, I don't want to pry this open, but yeah, these are the chokes they use. They are the same ones they use on their mainstream graphics card, so you know this is made at the same level of quality as their other graphics design. I mean, the graphics card, like they have the ROG Strix model and the Expedition 1050 Ti, and yeah, you're getting the same quality, the same as those cards. The difference is cooling and performance. Before we discuss performance, I'll talk about the output here. We have DisplayPort, HDMI, and DVI right there. And this card does not need a PCIe power connector. It runs directly from the PCIe slot, and we have a slot cover right here. So, talking more about performance, this card will perform just at the same level as with most 1050 Ti. It does run with reference clocks. It has 768 CUDA cores, boost clock of 1392, and the memory runs at 7000 megahertz, wired to a 128-bit bus. And that is pretty much it. So let's discuss performance. So performance, it's hard to compare because it will perform the same as most cards. The advantage from the other budget cards is that they may have a dual fan that will keep the card cooler. The nice thing about the new GPUs from NVIDIA is the cooler you keep them, the higher they maintain their boost clock. So like this one has 1392. If you keep it around 50 degrees, it can boost past that, and that will give you around like 1400, 1450 megahertz frequency. That could give you around, like, depending on your game, that could be around 45 FPS, some even 10. But yeah, the cooler it is, the better the performance. But it does come at the price of like noise and a little bit of power consumption. Like this card will draw, it's a little bit on the low side. Thanks to this single fan, it will also be just a tad bit more quiet. And during testing, I've seen this card does not have a idle fan mode. It will not stop spinning, but it's nearly dead quiet. So this ASUS actually intends this for system builders that want a quiet PC, HDPCs, stuff like that, and like a basic mainstream system. You want to do a little gaming, just want your system to be a little bit updated. Like you can use an older third gen CPU, like the i3, and just slap one of these 1050 Ti's. That's a good boost. But the performance you get from this card is nearly the same as the other 1050 Ti's out there. What sets these cards apart is, first off, the ASUS quality advantage. Yeah, I guess it's common knowledge that ASUS does tax a little bit for the premium quality, and for me, that's worth it. Like, it does have 3-year warranty. Like, some brands may have more, but after sales service, it really depends. Like, we're here in the Philippines, the after sales service will vary, and for the most part, ASUS has been doing really good in supporting its user base. In other countries, like, if you in the US, there may be retailer dealers. If you bought it online, the experience may be better, or a majority of the other brands, since the Newegg, Amazon, they may have different customer care and after sales support, and that's all good. But for me, right now, the advantage here, like, MSI, they do have 3-year warranty. I think it's 3 year. The same goes for Gigabyte. Asus, though, I mean, Zotac has 5 year, but you have to register your card. And there's also Palette, and they have 2 years. But it's really hit or miss. For me, like, if you're not really familiar with the whole warranty procedure, with the whole RMA, just going by the peace of mind, like, we're not talking about this car is gonna break down and you will need that warranty. No, we're just talking about, hey, Asus guarantees that this card will not. I mean, this card is not bound to fail, so they're covering it in 3 years, and that's it. And for me, as a consumer, maximizing my budget for performance, I can get another card, but for I just want the peace of mind that the card will last the rest of the system life. This is one of the better options out there. And yeah, this is why I don't do graphics card unboxing, because there's not really a lot to talk about if you're not talking about the benchmarks. And for the benchmark, there will be a link in the description for our full review. And if you got questions, just shoot them in the comments. And yeah, we'll probably be giving out a GTX 1050 Ti soon. And hopefully I'll see you guys again for another unboxing. This has been your boy Boss Mac of BackTheGaming.com. If you want to see more videos like this one, don't forget to like the video, comment the video, and subscribe. This has been another B2G unboxing. It is just too easy for B2G. Peace out.